Good morning, friends. Hello, everyone. Today we have our discussion. Today we are talking once again about smart city, about experience of implementation of smart city solutions. And today we have two guests from Iran. Amin Faraji, he is president of Smart City Research Center of Iran and assistant professor at the University of Tehran. And Amin, Gharibi, Vice President of Smart City Research Center of Iran. And you know, smart city is the latest concept when it comes to building the cities of the future. Smart cities are expected to be the key to combining a sustainable future with continued economic growth and job creation. There are many definitions of smart city, you know, including sustainable, intelligent, safe, and green. However, the common denominator seems to be access to data and intelligent tools to connect knowledge and people to drive change. Today's cities face significant challenges such as increasing population, lack of physical and social infrastructure, environmental and regulatory requirements, declining tax base and budgets, and increased cost. They have to learn to identify new and smart ways to manage the complexity of urban living and problems ranging. Today we have great opportunity to hear the smart experience of Iran. And I have first question. I mean, how appeared the idea to Smart City Research Center of Iran of creation?
Hi, first of all, I want to thank you for having me. It's my honor to be here, and I want to welcome to everybody who watched this video or listen to the podcast later. Well, for your first question, if I want to talk about the idea that actually of creation a smart city research center, maybe refer to the main necessity that actually led to emergence and design of desire due to the urban challenges in Iran. As you know, 6 decade history and experience planning in Iran show that we cannot solve our problem in Iran, in Iranian city, just based on the physical activity and just based on the comprehensive or detailed planning. Actually, we need a new form of the planning, new form of the design, and new form of the city. All of that actually emerge in smart city and smartness. Actually, in developing country like Iran and Iranian city, we need new solutions and new actually solution for smartness. This is the base idea that push us to create this center, actually a smart city research center of Iran. And another reason, maybe the need for an official reference in Iran in the field of a smart city and smart transformation actually was another reason that another idea and reason to create this center.
What does the Smart City Research Center of Iran propose for the smart transformation of the country in the coming years? Not only country and cities also.
Well, as a Smart City Research Center and a mission that we will establish in this center, first and maybe foremost, for smart transformation in Iran and Iranian city, we need a coherent national strategy. We actually try to create this national strategy, coherent national strategy, as a smart city national committee. This center is a director of this project. So the first and foremost is a coherent national strategy, and another principle that is to consider to smart transformation actually is a necessity to allocate proper budget for it. As you know, in the developing country and all of the city around the world, when we talk about the smart project, one of the most and the main reason to fail this project is that actually related to the budget and good funding. So the second and to actually base to propose the smart transformation as a smart city center is to allocate a good funding and good budget.
Okay. The changes facing urban management to transform into smart urban management and explain the smart city management system can be summarized as follows.
You know, in Iran and Iranian city, we face a lot of different challenges to transform, a new kind of city planning, a smart transformation. If I want to summarize and categorize this, I can list a long list of the problem and challenges. But if I want to summarize that, I can actually summarize as follows. First of all, the dominant traditional structure in most of urban management in Iran, as you know, we have in some city and some municipality, there's a really barrier and really resistant to accept new change and accept new form and new approach to urban planning. So the first one is the new structure of urban planning. And the second one is the lack of the integrated urban management. In Iran, when you, as a mayor or as a city council, you can interfere in all the city kind of city planning aspect of planning. I mean, energy, education, healthcare, and so on has a different authority, and this is the second main challenges to urban transformation and urban management new form. And the third one, the lack of the sustainable income. In about 4 decades ago, Iranian government limited budget to Iranian city, Iranian municipality, and imposed them to generate independently, and this make a lot of Iranian city to face financial challenges. So this is the third challenges that many urban management and urban manager to transform to the smartness and smart transformation. And maybe we can categorize another reason, but these three reasons, these three challenges are the main challenges to transform to a smart transformation.
We heard that the country has the largest innovation ecosystem in the Middle East. Can you tell us more about this?
Well, as you know, we can categorize the innovation ecosystem, the reason of the innovation ecosystem in Iran based on the two reasons. First of all, the government support, especially in 3 years ago, since 3 years ago. And the second one is the dominant young population person in Iran. These two reasons is two basic reason for having Iran as a innovation ecosystem. But as you know, the innovation ecosystem is not necessarily limited to the startup ecosystem. But in Iran, this aspect is more intensive and more dominant in our country, and the innovation ecosystem in Iran is usually known as the startup ecosystem. We see emergence of the startup whose comparative advantage mainly in the field of innovation. Perhaps the Iranian startup ecosystem can be considered the most serious ecosystem that has actually ever exist. The knowledge, another reason, the knowledge based nature of a startup company has made this ecosystem an innovation ecosystem in actually its own right, so that the startup ecosystem can almost be considered synonymously with the actually innovation system. If in the last 2 or 3 years ago, the process of creating a startup company has grown exponentially, and their number has increased from 25 companies in 2013 to more than 3,000 in 2015, and now there are about 10,000 startup or a startup that are moving toward especially in a big company and generate more than $2 billion revenue just for a year.
Wow. What is the main smart city projects in Iran?
Well, this is a challenging question because in Iran we have a lot of the different trying in different cities and different institutions. But I want to categorize this project in 3 or 4 category. The first category in the view of the policy making. As you know, one of the important and actually main smart city project in terms of policy making refers to a Smart City National Committee of Iran. As I said before, that's our center is a director of this project. And the second main project in Iran referred to a project as the Tehran municipality. Actually, is a director of that, like my Tehran in Persian, Tehran Amin, or the platform name Together in Persian, Baham. And another main project in Iran is an IoT pilot project in Tehran, which is being actually implemented by the University of Tehran. At the same time, another city such as Mashhad, Tabriz, Yazd, and another city has a very big project, and maybe we can categorize Yazd in the field of the transportation. In Tabriz, common fiber optic tunnel. In the city of Qom, the smart transformation actually documents. And the 2 maybe award that I can say, it should be noted that selecting the Smart Tehran program STP as one of the 6 finalized cities to win the 2019 and 19 Smart City Award, a Smart City World Award in the City Award Spain, actually, and selected the bicycle app as the winner of the first special mention Vigo World Award. Also, a selection of CMAP application of Mashhad municipality waste management organization is the fourth Vigo award is the category of sustainability city as the winner of a silver award.
And digitalization?
Well, as you know, undoubtedly, sustainability and sustainable development, especially sustainable urban development as well, and digitalization need participation, collaboration, or even coordination, and all the stakeholder in any geographical scale, and especially in city, we require partnership between the private sector, institution, and company. In Iran, as I said, especially in Iranian city, this issue sometimes lead to the lack of the proper formation of the participation especially in the private and public sector, due to the lack of the integrated management system and the municipality of actually institution. But in some areas, such as urban regeneration, we have a great experience of participation in city like Tehran to regenerate deteriorate texture urban area. That's a really fantastic experience. But in actually a smart city project, we don't have any experience. But as I said, a smart city committee that we direct this project try to create this actually bring together all the actor of a smart city ecosystem to actually present and share the actually past experience of a lot of different city and a lot of different sector and actor in the field of a smart city. And another actually activity that we made in the center, actually in order to increase synergy and transfer experience and knowledge among the activist and actor or a stakeholder of a smart city, is actually Iran Smart City Research Center that in collaboration with the University of Tehran is the National Smart City Day. In this day, that's on November 25, actually we try to gather all the stakeholders in the smart city, in the field of the smart city, to bring synergy and bring a talk and seminar and webinar to share our experience to actually increase the collaboration between institution and the company.
Okay. Is there an important startup movement in your country, and do you see young people committed to the future?
Dear Yuriy, as we plan, Mr. Gharibi continue to answer this another question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you, Mr. Faraji. First of all, thank you for holding this meeting. I hope the conversation has been useful. Answer this question. A survey showed that more than 18% of startups in Iran have been launched in the last about 3 years. Approximately 15% of businesses enter the labor market, and 24% achieve growth and revenue. Most of these businesses are in the field of online sales of goods in the form of B2C, business to customer. And in the next rank, startups that are in the field of technology and ICT are engaging education and entertainment, have the higher number of active area of startups. Statistics show that in Iran, the most important category that develops business in the physical infrastructure and the dynamic of the domestic market. In developed countries such as the United States, higher physical infrastructure and cultural and social norms play a more prominent role in the formation of startups. Also, statistics show that most startups operate in the capital of Iran, Tehran, and about 4% of them are located in large cities such as Mashhad, Shiraz, and Isfahan, and etc., which seems to need the help of experts and those involved in the field in the country. Balancing should be done in this regard.
Okay. What are the main approaches, in your opinion, that help smart cities to occupy leading position in smart sphere in a new normal?
Oh, yeah. In fact, experience has shown that many of the challenges in Iranian cities, from large cities to small and medium-sized cities, cannot be solved by physical solutions. Rather, by changing the natural nature of life in the era of the fourth industrial revolution and the third generation of smart cities, we need to rethink problem-solving strategies. And in the Smart City Research Center of Iran, what is considered as the dominant idea and approach is in fact a local and domestic approach to the smart city and a smart transformation in accordance with the requirements of Iranian cities and based on the climate, geographical, economical, cultural, and etc. to be realized.
I'm sure that thousands of smart city projects and solutions you have looked at all over the world. Can you give us an example of one of the really wowed for you?
Maybe a project like NEOM in Saudi Arabia, and project like Hyperloop in Dubai, or in Asia, the Seoul Urban Management Center project, as well as the actions that Amsterdam has taken to protect its environment, are some of the projects that are really admirable.
Yeah, I agree with you. Really, I wowed this project also.
Yes.
Can you name main market factors that dictate change in smart cities?
Yes, important factor that can achieve a smart city and a smart transformation include a specific and codified strategy and plan, and the next updated and applied standards. And the third one, experience human resource with different specialties, and the most important, the budget.
Yes, and
Yes.
you know, I see that approximately in the world, 75% of budget of smart city projects
Yes,
based on a PPP model, and I think this is big, great potential for future smart city projects.
Of course.
Yeah, and colleagues, last question. What is the most valuable advice would you give to the cities of Ukraine today to prepare for the post-coronavirus new normal?
Okay. Perhaps the future of Ukrainian cities can be envisioned with a quick and correct approach to pandemics similar to Corona or COVID-19, and the implementation of infrastructure and project with the support of the Ukrainian government and synergy between the main Ukrainian stakeholders and players. Project that, if the conditions are provided by the Ukrainian authorities, the Smart City Research Center of Iran is fully prepared to use its power and that of other providers of Iranian services and products in Ukraine to make one of the smartest countries in the world.
Okay, colleague, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Welcome.
It was very interesting to discuss experience and current situation of implementation smart city solutions and strategy in Iran. And thank you, Amin. Thank you, Amin.
Thank you too.
Yeah, today our guest was, I remember, Amin Faraji, President of Smart City Research Center of Iran, and Amin Gharibi, Vice President of Smart City Research Center of Iran. Thank you very, very much, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Bye, colleagues.
Bye. Bye.